Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be taking a look at some of the best builds you can prepare for the upcoming 7-star BAXCALIBUR Tera Raid Event arriving in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet later this week. From the 20th until the 22nd of June, BAXCALIBUR will appear in Black Crystal Tera Raids as a 7-star raid boss. If you miss it the first time it's out, don't worry, it will return for a second round from the 27th of June until the 29th, alongside a special 5-star Blissey Tera Raid event. For those who might be unfamiliar, BAXCALIBUR is a Dragon and Ice type pseudo-legendary Pokemon introduced in Generation 9. It's known for its massive attack stat and its signature move, Glaive Rush. More on that shortly. This special version of BAXCALIBUR will carry the mightiest mark and come with the Ice Terra typing, making it weak to fighting, fire, rock, and steel type moves. However, be cautious if BAXCALIBUR comes with its Thermal Exchange ability. Bringing fire types to this raid could backfire, as fire type moves will actually boost its attack rather than leaving it damaged. It could have its hidden ability in Ice Body. It's unlikely, but if it does have that, it makes it easier to bring those fire types to battle. Like all of the other powerhouse 7-star raid bosses, BAXCALIBUR does have a base stat total of 600, with a major focus on its attack and its HP stats. Its special attacking stat is pretty low in comparison, so we can safely assume here it will rely mostly on physical type moves. Now let's break down the main attacking moves BAXCALIBUR might bring to this raid. Glaive Rush is almost guaranteed. This is its signature dragon type attack. It hits hard with 120 base power, but after using it, BAXCALIBUR takes double damage from incoming attacks, which may give us a real opening in this raid. For ice type damage, it'll likely run Icicle Crash. This move hits hard and has a chance to cause a flinch if it is outspeeding you. So an item like Covert Cloak could be helpful in case those flinches become an issue. Breaking Swipe is another likely option we'll see. It's a dragon type attack, and while it's not the strongest move, it does lower the target's attack stat by 1 stage, which can be frustrating for some of the physical type options we might want to rely on here. As for coverage, it doesn't have a lot, but it does have a few options. Earthquake to handle steel and fire type Pokemon, Crunch for that dark coverage, and Iron Head to hit fairy types that would otherwise wall dragon type moves. It does also get access to Zen Headbutt, which could be an outlier option for hitting fighting types that would be good into this raid, but I think the more scary options are going to be the things that BAXCALIBUR can use to set up its own stats. It gets access to Swords Dance for doubling its attack every time it uses it, and also Dragon Dance as well to boost that attack stat and speed by 1 stage anytime it's used. Focus Energy is something it does get access to, maybe not that likely in this raid, but something to just keep in mind where it can boost its own critical hit chances. I think we'll also see it use the Snowscape attack, especially with its Ice Terra typing that it's got. This boosts the physical defense of Ice type Pokemon while the snow is active on the field, making it even tougher to break through unless you're bringing special attackers to the battle. Now, if you're building a specific Pokemon to take down this BAXCALIBUR, you'll want to focus in on moves or abilities that help lower its attack, like Intimidate or moves like Charm, but beware if you're bringing things like Charm that it won't work if that shield is up. Solid defenses on your Pokemon are always going to be beneficial in this raid, ways to boost your fence through moves like Iron Defense or Bulk Up. Special attacking options with super effective moves are probably going to be the best direction to go here, as you can avoid dealing with the physical defense of BAXCALIBUR as well as potential Snowscape, which further boosts Ice type Pokemon's defenses. So the builds that we're featuring in today's video are going to start off with Avalugg, the Ice type Pokemon, going to have that natural resistance to any Ice type attacks coming out from BAXCALIBUR. Still going to take neutral damage from Dragon type attacks, but it has got the defenses to be able to kind of stand up to it, even if it starts to boost its own stats. The Terra typing here is going to be Fighting, held item Impish Shell Bell. Of course, like all builds in this video, they're all going to be level 100 and have their IVs hyper trained, so they're all set to 31. The Avalugg is going to have the moveset of Recover, Iron Defense, Chilling Water, and Body Press. The basic idea here is to get 3 Iron Defenses set up. Take your defense to +6. That maximizes the damage of Body Press, which is doing super effective damage. We've also got Chilling Water to reduce the attack stat on the BAXCALIBUR. That'll work through the screens as well and help you get towards that terrestrialization, which is going to be really crucial in this raid. And then Recover is just a nice option if you need a quick top up of health anytime throughout the raid and you're not having to rely on the pretty inconsistent Heal Cheer ability. The ability here for the Avalugg is going to be Ice Body. If we do see the Snowscape set up from the BAXCALIBUR, we can also take advantage of that with our Ice typing with that defense boost that you get. And the Ice Body there is going to give us a gradual increase of HP each and every turn that it's on the field. EV spread's pretty straightforward, 252 EVs in HP and in defense with an Impish Nature, so boosting that defense stat, maximizing the damage of body press. But your Avalugg should look like this once it's trained in game, and as always, the builds will be down in the description below if you want to take a closer look at any of them we feature in today's video. Next up is Dondozo, and it's been very consistent with previous 7-star raid Pokemon that have that fighting weakness. Going to be very similar to a lot of those other builds that we've seen Dondozo have success with. Going to be level 100 Hyper Train. Shell Bell is the held item, and the Terra typing here is going to be fighting. Moveset is going to be Protect, Rest, Curse, and Body Press. The basic idea is going to be getting 6 curses under your belt. That's going to put your defense to +6. That maximizes the damage of body press, so after you do Terastallize, you're going to be able to do nice, big, super effective damage. You've got Rest, which gives you a line of recovery, and you can use this. You'll be asleep, but then the next turn you just use the Heal Chair to get rid of that status condition. Protect's there in case of any scenarios where BAXCALIBUR has set up and it nullifies our ability for that one turn. We can Protect there and just make sure that our setup is kind of more seamless. The most important thing here is that unaware ability on the Dondozo, like we've mentioned about the BAXCALIBUR, can set up in this raid, but anytime it does boost those stats, we'll just ignore it with this ability. So that's a really nice thing about the unaware and a really important feature of this build. EV spread again going to be pretty straightforward, 252 EVs in HP and defense. Impish Nature boosting that defense stat. So it should look like this in game, but again, probably not going to be a very fast way to run through this raid, but I do think a very consistent one, and this is likely a Pokemon you already have built in game if you've been doing any of the 7-star Tera raids recently. Next up is Iron Hands, a Violet exclusive, but one that you should have in game already, and hopefully you can just tweak for this raid, and I do think it could have a place here against the BAXCALIBUR. Gonna have the fighting Terra type. Held item is going to be the Scope Lens, level 100 and Hyper Trained. Moveset going to be Sword Stance, Focus Energy, Drain Punch, and Iron Defense. Basic idea here, again, get Iron Defenses up early, boost that defense so you're not taking as much damage from the BAXCALIBUR. Get a Focus Energy up as well, that's going to boost the critical hit chances. Then Sword Stance 3 times, that's going to maximize your attack to +6, and then Drain Punch your way to victory, hopefully. And after the Focus Energy with that Scope Lens, you're going to have pretty much guaranteed chance of landing critical hits each and every turn, which is going to be really nice to cut through any defensive boosts that the BAXCALIBUR may get throughout this raid. The EV spread is going to be 252 EVs in attack and in defense, and of course it has that Quark Drive ability and an Adamant Nature. So that is the Iron Hands. Could be quite good. We'll have to see what the BAXCALIBUR comes with when it goes live later this week. And finally, we are wrapping up with Mew. It is going to give us an option on the special attacking side, which is going to be really nice. If we do see the BAXCALIBUR set up the Snowscape, so the snow weather is on the field, it's going to get a physical defense boost whenever that weather is in effect. So hitting it on the special attacking side is going to be a really nice option, and Mew's got all the tools to be able to do that. I realize it's not something you can get easily in game, but hopefully you have access to one, and you're going to be able to put this build together. It may need tweaking after the BAXCALIBUR goes live, but of course that is always going to be the case with any of these free builds before the event starts. Now the Mew is going to have a Steel Terra typing, going to have that nice resistance to Ice and Dragon type attacks once it does Terastallize. Shell Bell is the held item for a line of recovery, level 100 and Hyper Trained, and the moveset is going to be Iron Defense, Nasty Plot, Acid Spray, and Flash Cannon. So basic idea again, Iron Defense up 2 to 3 times, get your defense in a position where you're able to easily take those attacks from the BAXCALIBUR. Nasty Plot 3 times to get your special attack to +6, and then Acid Spray. So Acid Spray will reduce the special defense on the BAXCALIBUR by 2 stages every time you use it, even through the shield. It'll also help you get towards that Terastallization, and Flash Cannon is going to be our main damaging attack here. EV spread is going to be 252 EVs in HP and in defense with a modest nature. So your Mew should look like this once it's built in game, but I think it's nice to have an option where you've got a special attacking mon that can be utilized in this raid as well. Now Goldingo could be an option. I just feel like Mew is a little bit more reliable with the tools that it has available to it, whereas Goldingo doesn't really have a way to boost its defense, and I think that's something that you're going to need to be able to do in this raid. But they're the best 4 builds that I think you could put together in game coming into this raid. course, nothing can be determined until the event goes live, and things can change very quickly once we know what BAXCALIBUR is going to bring to battle. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date with all of our latest Pokemon content. Let me know in the comments which Pokemon you think will be the best counter to this mightiest mark BAXCALIBUR. I'd love to hear your strategies and team ideas. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in another video very soon. Till then, friends, take care and bye-bye.